everyone. So we are going to do chapter 5 today. Okay, so theory of price and output determination. Okay, and here last time we have learned the chapter 5, chapter 4, and there we have learned the different types of graphs that we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, so in monopoly market, TR, that means total revenue corp estalko घुमेको हुन्छ. Okay, so in case of perfect competition market, it is going to be straight 45 degree. Okay, 45 degree मा यसरी slant भएको हुन्छ भनेर पढेका थियौं हामीले, हैन? So the same thing, whatever we have learned in chapter 4, that same thing we are going to learn over here also. Okay, and average revenue, I guess average revenue is going to be downside, it's going to be straight in case of perfect competition market. In case of marginal revenue also, it is going to be down. Okay, so same तरिकाले जान्छ तर यो अझै minus मै जान्छ. यो marginal revenue, it goes down. Okay, and in case of perfect competition market, it is going to be straight. Okay, horizontally straight with the x-axis. यो पनि x-axis सँग same line मा हुन्छ यो दुईटा. Okay, so AR र MR एउटै line मा गएको हुन्छ यिनीहरु. Okay, but in case of average revenue and marginal revenue, it is going to be going sloping downwards. Okay, so AR is not going to be negative. AR नेगेटिभ पनि जान्दैन, त्यही भएर अलिकति माथि नै जान्छ भने यो जुन MR छ, MR चाहिँ मुनिसम्मै जान्छ यो. Okay, तलतिरै जान्छ यो, माइनस सम्मै जान्छ. Okay, so that thing we have learned, and the next thing we have learned is that, so in case of short run cost, okay, so short run मा चाहिँ के हुन्छ त भन्दा total fixed cost is going to be fixed. Okay, so fixed cost is going to be fixed, हैन? So value so जुन TVC छ, okay, total variable cost छ, so यो S shaped गर्छ. Okay, it doesn't seem S-shaped, but so it is called S-shaped. Okay, like S-shaped ne bhaniन्छ lai. So total cost also, it seems like S-shaped. Marginal revenue, marginal cost, जुन यो खर्चहरु छ, marginal cost, average cost, it is going to be U-shaped. Both are going to be of U-shape. Okay, so this thing we are going to learn. Okay, so तिमीहरुको सोधेको हुन्छ, so write on the relationship between TR and TC. Okay, so TR र TC कस्तो हुन्छ त, that we need to know it. Okay, so TC त यस्तो खालको हुन्छ, यसरी घुमेको खालको हुन्छ. So TR चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ त, that we need to know it. Okay, so TR is going to be this shaped in case of monopoly market and a straight line in case of perfect competition market. Okay, so यो दुईटा याद भयो. Okay, so यो total revenue कस्तो हुन्छ र तिमीहरुको total cost. Okay, total cost को कर्व कस्तो खालको हुन्छ थाहा भयो भने ग्राफ सजिलै छ. Okay, so that graph we can easily make it. Okay, so यो हामी पढ्छौं. So let us learn one by one. Okay, so here the first topic that we are going to learn today is describe the equilibrium of firm on the perfect competition market. Okay, according to the total revenue and total cost. So total revenue र total cost approach अनुसारको चाहिँ so we need to determine the equilibrium point under perfect competition market. So TR र TC भनेछ. Okay, हेरौँ त TR र TC कस्तो हुन्छ. So TC is going to be S-shaped. Okay, so TC is going to be S-shaped, whereas so TR in case of perfect competition market is going to be sloping upward in 45 degree. So यस्तो खालको हुन्छ अनि यता S-shaped खालको हुन्छ. Okay, so त्यस्तो खालको. So that thing we can see it in that figure. ल यता नि त so 45 degree यसरी slant भएको हुन्छ अनि S-shape को यसरी बनायो भने we can get the value. Okay, so let us learn this one first. Okay, so here different things are said over here. So like describe the equilibrium of firm under perfect competition market भनेछ. So we need to describe some topics over here, like perfect competition market भनेको के हो, we need to describe. Okay, so what next thing we are is said over here is TR and TC. That means what is the definition of TR, what is the definition of TC, also we need to state it. Okay, so यो कहाँ छ त भन्दाखेरि यो previous chapter मा थियो यो सबै कुराहरु. Okay, so perfect competition market भनेको के हो त भन्दाखेरि perfect competition market is the market structure where there is a large number of seller and the buyer, where the seller sells the homogeneous product. Okay, so धेरै जना buyer ले, okay, so धेरै जना buyer ले धेरै जना seller लाई, so sorry, धेरै जना seller ले धेरै जना buyer लाई बेच्छ भने, okay, so where the number of seller is more, okay, धेरै जना seller ले एउटा homogeneous product, that means similar type of product बेच्दैछ भने that is called a perfect competition market. भने monopoly market भनेको चाहिँ धेरै जना buyer छ तर seller sell गर्ने एक जना मात्रै छ भने that is called the monopoly market. Okay, so total revenue भनेको के हो त भनेको total revenue means income, आम्दानी. Okay, so the sum of all the revenue gathered from the sale of product. Okay, so whenever you sell it, you are going to get the revenue, you are going to get the income. Okay, so the total income that you earn, so by selling total product is called the total revenue. So total cost when you the kharcha, okay, expenses. So the total cost, okay, the cost, the amount of total expenses done due to the particular, so done to produce a particular product. Okay, so एउटा particular product लाई बनाउनको लागि कति खर्च लाग्छ त. Okay, so कति खर्च लाग्छ, that is called, that is going to be as the total cost. Okay, so total revenue भनेछ income हो, यो total cost हो, यो expenses हो. So income minus expenses line, what do we call it? Profit बनिन्छ, isn't it? So we are going to determine what? We are going to determine the equilibrium point. Equilibrium भनेको कहाँ तिमीहरुको profit पनि हुँदैन, loss पनि हुँदैन. Okay, that point we are going to find out. Profit पनि नभएको, loss पनि नभएको ठाउँ कता कता छ त, हैन? So profit, so तिमीहरुको cost कम छ, income धेरै भयो, revenue धेरै भयो भने what is going to occur? That is going to be profit. Okay, so तिमीहरुको income चाहिँ तिमीहरुको कम छ, sorry, income चाहिँ कम छ, expenses चाहिँ धेरै भने के हुन्छ? Loss हुन्छ. यो loss हुने point कता कता हुन्छ त perfect competition market मा, र income हुने, so that is profit हुने point कता कता छ, र loss हुने point कता कता छ, that we are going to learn in this topic. Okay, the total approach uses the concept of total revenue, that means total revenue means income, and the total cost to determine the profit maximization output and the equilibrium of the firm. And it is assumed that the firm faces an inverse S-shaped, okay, and the total cost curve is a straight line. Okay, so straight line, so तिमीहरुको अघि पनि पढेका थियौ हामीले. So total cost जुन छ, it is going to be S-shaped, isn't it? Total cost is going to be S-shaped and total revenue is going to be the straight line. Okay, so it is going to be 45-degree sloping upward. Okay, so total त्यही भनेछ, it is assumed that the firm faces an inverse भनेको उल्टो खालको S-shape देखिन्छ. Okay, and the straight line, TR seems to be a straight line, and the objective of this firm is the profit maximization. Every firm, that means every industries, तिमीहरुको if you are going to open something, if you are going to so establish some industries, तिमीहरुको के एउटा objective हुन्छ, उद्देश्य के हुन्छ त, उद्देश्य के को लागि तिमीले farm खोलेको त भन्दाखेरि, you have opened that farm, okay, you have opened that industry, you have opened that business just to earn the profit, isn't it? So objective के अरे त, so for the profit maximization, so let us find the profit function. Okay, and the profit is the difference between the total revenue and the total cost. Okay, so isn't it? Profit बने के होता? Okay, जति मेरो फाइदा हुन्छ, if I'm earning 1 lakh and if my expenses is 20,000, that is what is my profit? My profit is going to be 80,000, isn't it? So that is the profit. That profit we are going to find out. Okay, so this is the profit I will find out. So profit भनेको पाइ ले denote गर्छ. Okay, so profit को formula के हुन्छ अरे? Total revenue, that means income minus expenses, that means total cost, TC, TR minus TC. Okay, so त्यही भएर यसलाई TR minus TC approach पनि भनिन्छ यसलाई. That means income minus expenses भनेको तिमीहरुको profit approach बाट निकाल्नु खोजेको छ. Okay, so हामीलाई थाहा छ यो पनि हैन त. So 3 cases can be distinguished, can we find out. So one is, so TR is greater than TC. So what will happen if the revenue, if the income is greater than the cost? So income धेरै छ अरे, expenses धेरै छ अरे. So तिमीहरुले कमाउँदैछ 1 लाख, खर्च हुँदैछ 20,000. So what is going to be that? Okay, so that is going to be, the profit is going to be more than 0. That means profit हुन्छ तिमीहरुको. There is excess profit in the business. Okay, तिमीहरुको profit धेरै हुन्छ. Okay, so if TR is lesser, that means revenue चाहिँ कम भयो अरे. Okay, revenue चाहिँ कम छ, cost चाहिँ धेरै छ अरे, खर्च धेरै छ. Okay, so कमाउँदैछौ 1 लाख, okay, तर खर्च हुँदैछ 1,20,000. 1,20,000 is the expenses. Okay, so खर्च भइराछ भने, so what is that? So that is the loss for you. That means the income, that is the profit, is going to be less than 0. That means minus profit. That is called loss. Yeah, so that is going to be loss. If the total cost is going to be greater, that is called loss. And if TR and TC, if they are equal, okay, revenue or income, तिमीहरुको equal छ अरे. Okay, कमाउँदैछ 1 लाख, खर्च गर्दैछ 1 लाख भन्दैछ भने, so what is that? So that is going to be profit is going to be 0. Okay, so there is normal profit, यसलाई normal profit भनिन्छ. Okay, जति मैले profit पनि कमाउँदैन, loss पनि कमाउँदैन, that is called the normal profit. Okay. Okay. Now let us come to the topic. So यता हामीले के एउटा न्युमेरिकलहरु के गर्नु पर्दैन, just simply we need to make the graph. अब यो कसरी बन्यो त भन्दाखेरि, so you need to know it from the previous chapter. Okay, so previous chapter बाट यो TR कसरी बन्छ, TC कसरी बन्छ, that you need to know it. Okay, so perfect competition market मा कस्तो खालको ग्राफ हुन्छ, so TC कस्तो हुन्छ, TR कस्तो हुन्छ, so that we need to know it from the previous chapter. हैन, so हेर्नु त perfect competition market मा, so TR is going to be straight up 45 degree मा sloping भइरहेको छ. Okay, so let us see from the previous topic over here. Perfect competition market को बारे पढ्दैछौ, TR minus TC approach पढ्दैछ हामी, TC approach. Okay, so it is inverse S shaped. Okay, यसलाई ऐनामा हेर्ने त यो S देखिन्छ. Okay, so S shape देखिन्छ अनि यो के छ, TR के छ, यो sloping upward छ. Okay, हामी यसलाई perfect competition बारे पढ्दैछौ, त्यही भएर यो slope पढ्छौ. Okay, so next topic will be monopoly market, हामी यो slope पढ्छ त्यतिखेर. Okay, so okay, so you can see over here. So TR कस्तो बनाउने, 45 degree मा straight line बनाउने. TC कस्तो बनाउने भन्दाखेरि you must make it as S shaped. Okay, S shape मा बनाउने हैन. So जहाँ यता ठोकेको छ, this is called the equilibrium point. Okay, so where TC and TR is going to be equal. TC र TR जता equal छ, that is called the equilibrium point. So this is also called equilibrium point where you are not going to have any profit. Okay, so your Q2 जुन छ र Q0 जुन छ, so this is the point where you are going to have the normal profit. That means no profit, no loss. Okay, त्यसलाई भन्छ normal profit भनिन्छ अरे त्यसलाई. Okay, so यो point मा हेर्नु त, यो लाइन मा so total revenue ठुलो छ, यो भनेको cost को कर्व हो यो. Okay, cost is going to be less. Okay, expenses कम छ अरे, तिमीहरुको profit धेरै छ अरे. Sorry, income revenue भनेको income धेरै छ, खर्च कम छ, cost is कम. That means यो point लाई चाहिँ के भनिन्छ हामी? Okay, what do we call it? So यो line जुन छ नि straight line. Okay, so scale लिने. So let me do like this. So take this scale and straight line जुन बनाउँदैछ भने, so यो straight line को scale अलिकति तल जाने, यो line मा जाने. यो this line and this line must be parallel to each other. Okay, जता parallel यसरी छुन्छ, हो यो line मा draw गरौँ. Okay, and make the straight line. Okay, so यसरी बनाएर, okay, so make the straight line from here. Okay, so you जुन line बनाछ, okay, so measure the line. So if this is 1 centimeter, make it 1 centimeter. If it is 1.5 centimeter, make it 1.5 centimeter. Okay, यसरी नै 1.5 centimeter को line बनाउने तल पनि. So जति line छ यता, त्यति नै line बनाउने यता. Okay, अनि यो जुन point छ, यो point यता छ. Okay, यो जुन point छ, यता point यता छ. Okay, and जति line यो measurement गरेछ, that means if this is 5 centimeter, यो तलबाट पनि 5 centimeter बनाउने, यही line मा है, डट बनाउने, अनि यहाँ 5 centimeter छ नि 5 centimeter मा बनाइदिने, 2 centimeter मा छ नि 2 centimeter नै बनाउने त. Okay, so यता डट बनाउने पहिला, गरे. अनि यो जुन point छ र यो जुन point छ, फ्री ह्यान्डले के गर्ने, एउटा फ्री ह्यान्ड लिने, फ्री ह्यान्ड भनेको विदाउट स्केल हैन, यसरी लाइन यसरी ड्रा गरेर यता छुयो अनि अब तलतिर झार्ने यसलाई. Okay, so तलतिर झार्ने. Okay, so in this way we can make this as a profit curve. Okay, कुनै बुकले यो profit curve देखाउँदैन, यो simply यो देखाउँछ, but okay, but it is better to show the profit curve because कति profit भयो त हामीलाई यो देखाउन सकिन्छ. Okay, बुझेको बुझेन? Okay, so S shape बनाउने, so TR curve बनाउने. Okay, so यो जुन line छ, okay, so TR curve, so त्यसको parallelly हामी एउटा line बनाउने स्केल लिएर हैन. So त्यो line बनाइसकेपछि यो डट, यो लाइन र यो लाइनमा के बनाउने, स्ट्रेट लाइन बनाउने. Okay, यो चाहिँ अब स्ट्रेट लाइन नै बनाउने भने अब यहाँ देखिन्छ डट डट लाइन बनाउँदै जाने. Okay, so जता तिमीहरुको TR र TC ठोकिराछ त्यहाँबाट फेरि स्ट्रेट लाइन बनाउने. Okay, प्यारलल हुनु पर्यो है, यो y एक्सिस सँग प्यारलल हुनु पर्छ सबै. Okay, अनि यो TR पनि you must make a line over here. TR र TC जता intersect भइराछ, so त्यसमा तिमीहरुको लाइन बनाउने. Okay, so यो measurement गर 2 centimeter छ भने, so from bottom also make it 2 centimeter. So dot बनाउने यता 2 centimeter मा dot बनाउने. Okay, if it is 3 centimeter, यो measurement कति छ है, मैले 2 भनेपछि 2 नै हुनुपर्छ भन्ने छैन सो आई डोन्ट नो सो हाउ मच यु हेभ मेड okay so you may have made maybe 1.5 centimeter only maybe 1.2 only or 0.5 centimeter होला okay so it depends upon your figure कत्रो फिगर बनाछ तिमीले so that it depends upon your figure okay so एउटा random है तिमीहरुको यो मेजरमेन्ट यति नै हुनुपर्छ नि केही छैन सो एस शेप तिमीले फ्रीली बनाएछौ ओके 45 डिग्री पुरै बनाएछौ त्यसपछि आफै बनेको फिगर हो यो ओके सो यो जति पनि हुन सक्छ यो जति मेजरमेन्ट गरेछ तिमीले स्केलले त्यति नै मेजरमेन्ट गर डट गर सो यो पोइन्टबाट डट डट गरेर यो पोइन्टबाट पनि डट डट गर्ने यो पोइन्ट र यो पोइन्ट यो Q0 यो Q1 हो ओके अनि यो Q1 हो भने यो Q2 हो यो ओके अनि यो त्यसपछि यसरी जता ठोकेको छ यो लाइनमा ठोकाउने हैन अनि यो अर्को लाइनमा पनि ठोकाउने ओके सो इन दिस वे वी विल गेट द प्रॉफिट curve okay and this is the point where you are going to face the loss over here okay so you are going to have the loss over here किनभने cost धेरै छ revenue comes that means खर्च धेरै छ loss comes okay so revenue comes यो point पनि हैन त so यो कर्व के को कर्व हो यो कर्व त cost को कर्व हो TC okay यो कर्व के को कर्व हो so it is the curve of TR okay फेरि यता नि कस्ट नै धेरै छ ओके एक्सपेन्सेस धेरै छ इन्कम थोरै छ भने यसलाई पनि के भन्छ लस नै भनिन्छ ओके सो यो पनि लस नै हो यो प्रॉफिट हो okay so it is difficult to write with mouse okay so this is called profit this is called the equilibrium point where you are not going to have any profit or loss यो equilibrium point भन्छ ओके जहाँ तिमीहरुको TR र TC इक्वल छ यता पनि TR र TC इक्वल छ यता TC धेरै छ त्यही भएर लस भयो यता पनि TC धेरै छ त्यही भएर लस भयो यता चाहिँ के छ त TR ठुलो TC सानो छ ओके that's why this is the profit and so this in this way we are going to solve this equation so this here we are going to make two graph over here so TR र TC को त्यही भएर TR र TC लेख्ने TR, TC लेख्ने and the quantity output lekhne hai is that okay now let us explain the graph in the above graph x axis represents the quantity output okay and y axis represents the TR and TC so in case of perfect competition market the slope made by TR is sloping upward whereas the graph made by TC seems to be S shaped okay inverse S shaped so your inverse S shaped ko dekhincha bhane jun TC छ TR छ so it is going to be straight up okay so it is inclined upward 45 degree मा inclined भएको छ भने so TC it is going to be inclined S shape हैन now after that so then after that so के लेख्ने भन्दाखेरि so TR and TC where the graph is made TC seems to be S shaped and TR seems to be TR and TC curve intersect as 2 point okay so TR र TC दुईटा ठाउँमा intersect भइराछ so Q0 र Q2 मा intersect भइराछ so यहाँ पनि intersect भइराछ र यता पनि intersect भनेको ठोकिनु okay so TC curve यसरी ठोकेर TR मा ठोकेको छ यता पनि so TC TR मा ठोकेको छ दुईटा पोइन्टमा ठोकेको छ so this is the point where you call it as a equilibrium point जहाँ तिमीहरुको प्रॉफिट पनि छैन लस पनि छैन अनि यो पोइन्टलाई भन्छ तिमीहरु नर्मल प्रॉफिट okay so we call this point and this point as normal profit so Q0 र Q1 भनेको this is the point of normal profit okay so Q0 र Q1 मा ठोकेको छ so this is called the normal profit and since SINCE okay since TR and TC are equal to each other okay so since they are equal to each other that's why they are called the normal profit and so below Q0 okay so below Q0 so Q0 भन्दा मुनि चाहिँ के भइराछ भन्दाखेरि so Q0 भन्दा मुनि चाहिँ के भइराछ भन्दाखेरि यो पोइन्टमा चाहिँ so TC okay this is the curve made by total cost so TC is going to be bigger TC ठुलो छ okay जुनै पनि बिजनेस स्टार्ट गर्दा फेरि okay तिमीहरुको सुरुमै प्रॉफिट हुँदैन okay किनभने तिमीहरुको इन्कम कम हुन्छ तिमीहरुको खर्च धेरै भइरहेको हुन्छ धेरै इन्भेस्टमेन्ट गरिरहेको हुन्छ खर्च धेरै छ इन्भेस्टमेन्ट कम छ भनेपछि so in the beginning of the business you are always going to have the loss okay so सुरुमै प्रॉफिट हुन्छ भनेर कहिले पनि भन्नु हुँदैन so there may be loss for around 1 month 2 month maybe 1 year also तर त्यसपछि you are going to have the profit okay so profit हुन्छ एकदम excess profit हुन्छ तिमीहरुको okay that's why so this is the point so where you are going to have the लस ओके सो Q0 भन्दा लेसरमा के देखिरहेछ लस देखिरहेछ किनभने यता कस्ट धेरै छ ओके यो cost को कर्ब हो सो कस्ट धेरै छ revenue that means income थोरै छ that's why this is the point where you are going to have the loss हैन अनि Q2 भन्दा माथि पनि ओके सो तिमीहरुले राम्ररी बिजनेसलाई सम्हाल्नु सकेन भने त्यहाँ पनि खर्च धेरै हुन्छ so TC is going to be bigger and TR is going to be smaller okay so TR is going to be smaller okay so यो पनि के भयो त so if you go above Q2 then also you are going to have the loss okay so यहाँ पनि तिमीहरुको लस नै हुँदो रहेछ okay so below Q0 so TC is greater than TR as well as in above Q2 also TC is greater than TR okay so त्यति जो दुईटा पोइन्टमा चाहिँ TC ठुलो छ so these are the points where the perfect competition market faces the loss okay so यहाँ चाहिँ तिमीहरुको लस हुन्छ भने in between Q0 and Q1 okay यो Q0 र Q1 को बीच sorry Q2 को बीचमा चाहिँ के भइराछ तिमीहरुको भन्दाखेरि so here so TR is greater and TC is smaller okay so TC चाहिँ अलिकति थोरै छ TR चाहिँ अलिकति धेरै छ that's why this point is called the profit point axis profit point हैन अनि यो लाइन यो जुन Q1 छ हो त्यो चाहिँ axis profit भइराछ त सबभन्दा धेरै प्रफिट यता छ भने अलिकति यता अलिकति कम छ अलिकति यता छ प्रफिट त प्रफिटै हो बट दिस Q1 is the point where you are going to have the excess profit okay वर्षकै यो excess profit मै मेन्टेन गरिराख्नु पर्ने हुन्छ है so TC is greater than TR and these are the points where the perfect competition faces the loss and in between Q0 and Q2 the perfect competition market earns profit whereas Q1 is the point where the company earns the excess profit so Q1 is the point which is needed to be achieved as the objective of the perfect competition market okay so perfect competition market को उद्देश्य नै profit maximization हो so Q1 लाई नै मेन्टेन गरेर राख्नु पर्ने हुन्छ so Q1 भन्दा धेरै पनि जानु भएन Q1 भन्दा तल पनि हुनु भएन so Q1 is the point where you need to maintain in the business okay so excess profit नै होस् भन्ने चाहना छ तिमीहरुको भने so Q1 लाई नै होल्ड गरेर राख्नु पर्ने हुन्छ okay so we need to manage the total cost and total revenue of the business okay so this much for today okay so आज यतिलाई यति नै गरौँ so hope you have understood okay bye bye